Hi, I'm Plummy, and in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to the second season of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 series. Specifically, the episodes we're gonna be checking out in this episode are going to be Episode 3, Follow the Leader, and Episode 4, Mutagen Man Unleashed. And as usual, before we get into the reaction, I want to remind you that you can get the full-length reaction to these two episodes and any other episodes that I've done since I started doing these full-length reactions, which is about since episode 9 or 10 of the first season. On my Patreon, you can get those videos, full-length reactions on my Patreon, which is linked down in the description below. And also, I just want to mention that now there is a second way that you can support me other than my Patreon. I recently found out about the existence of a certain website called Ko-fi. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But for those of you who haven't, it's essentially a very similar website to Patreon. It has a lot of the similar features, but it's supposed to be less of a long-term support kind of thing where Patreon, for example, is like you pledge your support at a certain tier for usually an extended amount of time because you like the creator, you want to support him. While Ko-fi, on the other hand, is more simple with less strings attached, and just as the name implies, it's essentially like buying your favorite creators who are on that website a coffee. It's just like simple donations. So going forward, I've created myself a Ko-fi account so you can support me through Ko-fi as well. And you obviously all are gonna get a shout out. Everybody who donates through my Ko-fi account is gonna get a shout out on my channel, just like the Patreon supporters from the level 3 tier above get that as well. And yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. So without further ado, let's just jump straight up in episode 3. Follow the leader in 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, don't get run over.
Don't get so bent out of shape about April. She'll come around.
Will she?
Yeah,
You mutated her father.
Isn't that cool? I mean, why would you throw this out? Hello, Governor. How do you like my monocle?
Monocle.
Whatever.
You realize that could be a distant cousin? And he's stuffed with sawdust. What are you doing, Mikey?
Distracting you. Using untraditional ways to
Real
fight.
funny. Come on.
Damn! That was impressive.
That's not fair. That was not a real fight.
A fight doesn't have to be fair.
Ow! Are you kidding me, Donnie? Ow! Ow! King of the mountain, baby!
Yeah.
Ninja.
Who's the leader
So what's
now?
your trick gonna be?
Tricks? What are you guys talking about?
Hey! Ninjas never throw their weapons.
Yeah, and Rangers don't drop their swords either.
Are you, Leo? I'll give you Mutant Plus Monsters 23 if you're not mad.
I'm not mad. I just think you guys need to be a little better at following my orders.
Oh, it's too bad I can't play my violin while I drive.
What's your problem lately, Raph? You still jealous you're not leading the team?
Stop the shell racer! Scanner's picked up another
You seem to be
cannon.
jealous that they're not respecting you as a leader, Leo. Don't throw that on Raph.
Signals coming from the...
Oh, these guys are way too quick.
Off of me, you bug-eyed creep!
Whoa! That was badass!
Those guys are robots?
Wow, that didn't take long. I thought it was gonna play it out a little bit more. I guess they want to take advantage of being able to completely murder these robots sooner rather than later.
Leo!
Wow, what a dramatic moment. While they're pathetically cheap and easy to slice. You gotta build them from better metals,
From
right?
you. Fighting just improves their skills.
Cry! Ah!
I never got to know my mother because your rodent master took her away from me.
Splinter?
What are you talking about?
That's a lot.
You gotta fight outside the box.
My footbots know every move,
Do they now?
every skill, every attack.
We're out of real estate.
The more they adapt,
Your robots may know my moves, but you don't.
boom! A ninja never throws away their weapon.
Is that so?
That's the point.
Hey, that's the location from the beginning of the episode.
Think you've won?
It's good to have you back, Leo. I mean it, brother.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Raph.
Karai is my daughter.
I'm so shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you. I could not see that coming at all. I mean, I obviously fucking knew because I've seen this show before, first of all, and second of all, because I did get spoiled. I don't remember exactly where I got spoiled. I think it was when I was watching that one review that was doing comparison between this series, the 2003 series, and the 2012 series. Maybe some of you have seen it. So that must be where I got spoiled about it, but yeah, I knew about that. And I don't really think it's that much of a shocking plot development, but it's certainly interesting. Too bad that I know that the show doesn't really do much with it. Like, it's a thing about the characters, but it doesn't really lead to anything. It doesn't really lead to any interesting interactions. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the information I know about the future episodes has been misrepresented, and maybe I personally am gonna think differently from what that person said about it. But as it stands right now, cool, but so what? It's kind of how I feel about this. But yeah, overall, this was actually a really entertaining episode. I like the lesson of the episode, if you want to call it that, where in the beginning, the turtles are obviously not doing stuff how Leo wants them to do, which is something I relate to when it comes to Leo bossing people around and wanting stuff to be done a certain way, only to learn that that's not the only way to do stuff, because that's generally my personality. When I was a kid, when I was playing around with friends or with my cousins, I was always the leader, always the one to boss around like that, but I feel like I was at least much more understanding than Leo. I tried to make things more equal between us and give the different people I don't know what to call it. Like, it was more about equity whenever I was the leader, whenever we were doing stuff like I don't know, playing around or climbing that one rock quarry that is in the town that I live in. But it was, for me, always more about equity and making sure everybody feels comfortable about doing what we're doing and and enjoying doing what we're doing. Well, with Leo, it feels like it comes more from an egotistical standpoint where he wants to be a leader. Well, for me, it's not really that I want to be a leader. It's more like I feel comfortable as the leader, and I feel like I can't trust somebody else to make these decisions. I can only trust myself. Like, I guess I have a huge trust, a huge belief that I think that I can tell right from wrong better than most people, and that is something that I don't think I've shared on my channel so far, so here's a free personal thing about me, I guess. But yeah, it was a fun episode. Not much plot development, but again, I like the fighting and I like the character development, so to speak. Even though with this show, we just go through the same character development, and not even like the 2012 series, it's true for the 2003 as well, I feel like. Because we have these characters, the turtles, with their characteristics, with the characteristics of their characters, and I feel like we address them a couple of times every season, not just in this show, as I said, also in the 2003 series. But maybe it's not like that. I just kind of perceive it like that because we have the character development that is supposed to make that character aspect be better, but then it feels like the character is still the same afterwards, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It was a fun episode with an interesting reveal that sadly I knew about, but I don't think I would have been that shocked about it anyway. So yeah, I don't know. In terms of a rating for this episode, I think I'm honestly going to give it like an 8.6 out of 10. I think it was really fun and really engaging and really entertaining, but it's not my favorite or anything. Especially because it seems like a lot of the episodes going forward are going to be so much more enjoyable than anything we got in the last season. Because the last season, even the best episodes were kind of iffy in some moments. Well, with this season, it seems like even the worst episodes, or at least the one that I feel like weren't as enjoyable, seem to be at least above a certain level of quality, you know? Because, like, again, I don't think this is like a crazily good episode or anything, but there was obviously, I feel like there's more passion put into this season, maybe is a one way to put it. It just feels like there's more attention to detail, and it feels like it has improved. It genuinely feels like a second season of a show, and I really like that about it. I really do. It's honestly the same feeling I got when I watched the 2003 series. Although I feel like with the 2003 series, it started to improve a little earlier. Well, with this one, it started improving on the second season. But we're seeing improvement, and I'm glad about that. So yeah, we still have one more episode to go. Mutagen Man Unleashed. So without further ado, let's get into that episode in 3, 2, 1.
I found these old tapes in a dumpster.
Tapes?
Check it out.
Dude, this is awful. And you guys complain about space heroes.
Their lips don't even match what they're saying. I could never watch a show this bad.
So she's the princess of an entire planet?
Cool.
Yep, and she also pilots the robot's left leg. She rules. But that scientist dude made the robot.
The story has such an intricate, layered plot. 4 stars. Princess, I'd like to invite you for a space dinner, if you please.
Is the show being a little bit self-aware
I did
here?
weakling like you, not for 10,000 Zarkon crystals.
Donnie, that is so you and April, dude.
It is not. Nah, this show is lame anyway. The plot makes 0 sense. I'll be in the lab.
Or mutant
Man,
dads
I actually don't remember. Have we met Casey in this show already?
Ugh. Are you serious?
Nice job stopping my puck like that. You got some moves,
Well, I guess
right?
we have now.
Start with sorry.
Wow, what a
Sorry,
coincidence
got the
that I mentioned
Well,
that.
people
I mean, I saw
block
him in
like
the
that.
opening,
Blocking
in the background there, and I was like, wait, did we
You signed up for
see
extra
this
credit,
guy
right?
before?
Well, rejoice, because I'm the guy you're gonna tutor. Shell wedgie!
How do you even do a shell wedgie?
Jackson lame!
Does the shell even go there? If it does, why? I mean, I guess it would make sense, but it already goes on the side, so it doesn't have to go there.
Now show me how you solve for X.
You just did,
Oh, that's some
right?
interesting
'Cause X marks
animation.
the spot.
Have you ever opened this book?
School isn't really my thing. When I graduate, I'm becoming either a pro hockey player or an international bounty hunter.
Those are quite the options.
Yeah.
Who wants a normal life anyway, right?
Yeah! I agree. Normal is boring.
Hold still, Red. You got a smudge on your face.
Oh
She's
my
on a
god.
Date? I can't believe it! With some punk human kid!
Finally, there's some people in fucking New York on the streets. Took them a season to actually have some people in the background.
Give me some gas. Yes.
Well, that's close enough to a hockey stick. Ow! I think he lost another tooth there.
Back off, gruesome.
He didn't have more mutagen?
He ran out of mutagen. Quick, let's get him into the shell raiser.
Remind me why we're bringing Mr. Personality here back to the lair?
What he did isn't his fault, Raph. It's mine. He was lonely. All my April talk made him want a friend. But more importantly, Timothy's DNA could be the key to retro mutagen. I could cure April's dad.
Guys!
Oh no.
Pay more attention, goddammit. Here we go again.
I thought he was out cold.
We split up and find him.
There's no need to split up. We know where he's headed.
Donnie, we have no choice.
You
Whatever
can't
the
kill him
pulverizer,
though.
Timothy he's gone now.
He's
But if we
not.
destroy him, I might never find a retro mutagen. What about April's dad?
What about April?
We need to distract him. Misdirection and camouflage.
Hell yeah, I love when they go with their eyes white like that.
How are you, my son?
Sensei, I created a monster who could have squashed the girl I'm totally into. How do you think I feel? I'll probably never see her again.
April's decision to stay away is her own choice. We must let her come back in her own time.
Yeah, but what if she never does?
Well, that's her
Never
choice.
lose hope, Donata.
Don't worry. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna end up with her, but there's always hope. Even for the worst of guys, like you. But yeah, okay. Honestly, I mean, it was fine. I enjoyed. Honestly, I enjoyed mainly the scenes between April and Casey. I think it was a good enough introduction of Casey Jones and him being badass and capable of fighting and not being a coward or anything like that. I like that, and I like that they managed to fight off the creature, I mean, the pulverizer, without the help of the turtles. But honestly, I don't know, I just don't like the pulverizer. I'm sorry. I don't like the character, and it brings this weird hate that I have for him, for his whole character and story and everything that happened with him. So I don't like him, and I didn't like this episode because of that. And even the things that I like I said, the introduction of Casey Jones, I think the 2003 series did it better. Because that episode in which we met Casey Jones, which I think it was literally maybe the second or fourth episode? I don't know, it was very early in the beginning of the show. Was completely focused on Casey. And Raph, obviously, and their relationship to each other, but it was about Casey and his backstory and everything. And in this episode, we didn't really get any backstory about him. We just got him being into April, which is fine. Again, it's enjoyable enough, but compared to the cool shit we got in the 2003 series, it does feel cheaper and less interesting, you know? So yeah, well, last episode was really enjoyable. This one, not so much. So in terms of a rating for this one, I think I'll probably go something like 6.7 out of 10. It's not the worst episode or anything, even if this might have been the lowest score I've given to an episode, but I just didn't really enjoy it, you know? So yeah, before we end this video though, I just want to give a huge thanks to my currently one and only patron on Patreon, Omari Bridgman. If you want to join that person in supporting me, on Patreon, or maybe you want to support me on Ko-fi, because that is also an option. As I said in the beginning of the video, that's another website very similar to Patreon on which you can support me. You can do that by going down in the description below and clicking on the links to those two websites, aka Patreon and Ko-fi. Or if you don't want to support me monetarily, that's completely fine. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you do enjoy my stories, or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!